Hey everybody, today's a video on the 3090 Ti Strix LC. I had originally not had the intention to pick this up, but I saw it at Micro Center. I figured I'm not going to turn down an opportunity to buy something that I normally would buy if I saw it in person. Bad habits, but nonetheless, here we are. So you get a nice big box. This is the same box as the 3090 Ti and 6900 XT off the top of my head. To be honest, I have the 6900 XT LC, but I don't have the box for it. I'm not sure where the box went. I had bought it off a friend of mine, but nonetheless, let's open it up. I already took the card out, so you know, no fumbling on camera. All right, so you get Rog stickers like you would with the motherboards. Okay, you get this little Rog black pack in here, which now, I don't remember when they started doing the trading cards, but you see, and notice it says Rog Strix LC. And I think that's because they don't want to make individual ones for like 3080 Ti, 6900 XT, and I'll get into that. So, I took the card out, obviously. You can see there's not much in the box. And then you get your, whatchamacallit. You got your 12 pin to 3/8 pin. I don't need this, I already have a few. And I have the Velcro, the Rog Velcro, and that's all that's in the box. So I'm gonna file the box to the side, and we'll take a look at the card. Okay? I mean, these boxes are nice. It's always nice to get a better box, you know, when you're dropping that kind of cash. I can't say the same thing for the 3090, regular 3090 Strix. Okay? So here's the card and here's the IO. All right, it's a little bit unmanly. You know, I don't, right off the bat, you know, I like the fact that they try to Velcro these wires, but frankly, these could be sleeved, okay? And it's a nice touch. They have the retention, so the RGB doesn't fall out. Got the Rog logo. I mean, it's kind of hard to clean up an AIO, but you know, I think they could have done a slightly better job with sleeved fan cables. Right, let's try to be special. The fans, I'm not sure what fans these are. They're definitely, Asus doesn't make fans, so I don't know what fans these are. But the cooler I can tell you is a Gen 7 Asus design, okay? So same as many AIOs out there from NZXT, it's the same Gen 7 pump. And if you notice, the braiding is kind of thick because the wires for the fan control also run through the braiding and goes into the cooler itself, okay? So, if you notice, this is the same cooler front we have on the 6900 XT and the 3080 Ti, okay? The only difference is the, obviously here, GeoForce RTX is not gonna be on the 6900 XT version. The side is the same. Obviously the power connector is a little different here, okay? So, and the back plate. So the back plate, this design, I think it's solid mirror with the black Rog eye on the 6900 XT. I may have forgotten the exact design, but the three have different designs. And here you have the additional four, you know, pins for fans. You get two fan headers, so the card can control the fans, just like Strix cards. All right. So quick notes about the PCB. This is the same PCB as the Tough, from what I can tell. So there's, you know, a lot of this is marketing, okay? So the Tough has the same PCB, but I think it draws 40 watts less on the BIOS, all right? So whenever the water block comes out for the Tough, it most likely will fit this as well, all right? So, I mean, it may not have the fan headers, that's one thing. But the thing I noticed real quick is that if you look at the MLCs in the POSCAP design here, this is different than the 3090. So technically, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, all MLCs are preferred, and this only has two. Interesting enough, this is the same design as the 3090 Ti for the Win 3, right? I think on the 90 Strixes we had a slightly different design. So, this is actually, yeah, nonetheless, pretty much. So, same as the regular other Strixes, 3 DisplayPort, 2 HDMI, The card is about a little more than a 2 slot. It's a blower style, right? So this, the GPU, the AIO portion, cools the VRAM and the die, and then there's a heatsink here. A blower fan comes out this way. You get the idea. So this part lights up RGB. This whole entire portion. You'll see it later. I'm going to. Oh, I took the plastic off. There's like a nice the whole plastic thing, but obviously on camera, it's because you're gonna see nothing but reflection if I kept the plastic on. But yeah, we will put this through its paces, and I'm going to actually just directly compare it to the For the Win 3090 Ti. This one has been my champion. I did a video on this recently. I can tell you right now, I've had one black. This is the Ultra. I haven't gotten the Supreme yet. I plan to get the Supreme when I see it. I don't plan to buy the Kingpin because I don't think it's worth it. And I'm only getting the Supreme because I like the Supreme cards, pretty much. But so far, I've had access to another Ultra, and I've had access to one FE. So out of all the 3090 Ti's, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Not counting this one yet. Yeah, out of 4 that I've had access to, this is the best one so far. Okay, this one does 2275 if I can keep it cool enough in games, not for like intensive stress, but in gaming, 2275 if I can keep it cool enough. All right. One more thing before I plug this in. I noticed today, someone brought to my attention that there is a non-OC version, and I have no idea why, because it doesn't make any damn sense, you know? I mean, like I was saying in my other video, these cards, they all have dynamic boost from the NVIDIA driver. You know, you're playing that 60 hertz game on a spec, and you charge people like $50, $100 less. All right, guys, I have it plugged in. Hopefully you can see where the RGB is. It's kind of going through a rainbow right now. It's pretty much on this side over here. And you have the RGB on the fans. Idle, sitting at 37C. It's probably about, I want to say 80 Fahrenheit in this room right now. A bit humid today. So right away, we're just gonna not overclock or anything like that. I'm just gonna bump it straight to just superposition to just see what boost I get. Obviously, this isn't as stressful as something as Port Royal would be. It's typically easier to get by with a higher clock on superposition than you would on some other benchmarks. So I just want to see where it goes right away. I don't know if you'll hear it on the camera. Let's see. It seems to be boosting to 2055 on its own and about 56C at the moment. Okay, I took and I got a decibel meter here, and I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna point it real quick. Okay, so it's giving me about 51, 52. All right. Environmentally speaking, pointing it towards system 51, 52. Reason I just did that is because I feel like this is as loud as my For the Win 3 is on the stock fan curve under load. Okay, so getting up to 57C now. Fan speed, wasn't monitoring fan speed, but it's at 57C now. So I'm thinking, you know what, let me touch the radiator real quick. Okay, I feel like the ends of the radiator is already warm. So this makes me feel like they probably could have used the 360 for this. If you guys remember, I had a video on the 3090 Kingpin, and that came with a 360 radiator, and that drew on the highest stock BIOS 500 watts. And this draws 520 watts if you push the slider all the way up. So I feel a 360 radiator would probably been a better choice for this card. Okay, and the fans are definitely, darn thing is loud for a hybrid. What's that at? Yeah, it's pretty loud for a hybrid. Okay, it's at 58C. I'm just gonna stop this, and then I'm going to try to overclock a little bit and I'll get back. I've been looping Port Royal, just trying to see what I can get. It seems to be like anything over plus 1000 on the memory, it just starts flickering. And anything like plus 130 on the core is extremely cutting it close, like cutting it really close. It's like semi-crashy, semi-not. So plus 110 seems to fly pretty okay. I've ran it a couple times now, resetting GPU-Z every time. It seems to be okay. Obviously, you should do more strenuous tests, and for gaming, you should probably back it down just a little bit. I would say on average, I can get through Port Royal at 2150, throughout the entire run. That comes in about 100 less than what I can manage on this for the Win 3 over here. My top winner so far. I haven't had that many of them, but I'm not, like I said in my previous videos, I'm not looking to go buy a bunch of them either. Going off my, okay, these fans, I know they're not the best fans in the world, but I don't think changing for much better fans would be that helpful. And at the same time, they really should have gone to 360. This is just like the radiator feels a little bit heat soaked. Not that much, but a little bit. And a 360 radiator would have helped. Noise wise, when this thing starts ramping up, I don't think it's any more quiet than the air cooler on here. Nor is it's giving me the same temperatures. I'm still hitting like 60 C, So it's like similar noise or more noise for similar temps. And that's when you know the radiator's not large enough, because there's no benefit then, right? So I'm gonna put the 4 to Win 3 back in there, verify my decibel meter, and just get an idea if I'm hearing the same noise levels or not. Because I think the noise is pretty much the same as this thing would be on like 100% fan ramped up. Okay, so I'm gonna cut out. It seems to be doing okay at plus 110. Anything more than that is kind of iffy, kind of good. So put the 4 to Win 3 in there, check real quick, and I'll wrap it up. All right, guys, I got the 4 to Win 3 in there now. This is on the most aggressive fan curve, okay, for the 4 to Win 3. So auto fan curve for most aggressive setting. On the switches, OC, I believe, is the most aggressive one, okay? So right away, just sitting here, I can tell you it's more quiet. This is, I think, the second run now, okay? So I'm going to just raise the decibel meter real quick and stay quiet. So when I was pointing, it was like 47, so it is quieter. Okay, so it wasn't just my mind. Now, if I just stop this right here, I can take a look at the temperature real quick. Oh, what do we hit? Okay, it's like, normally I know the temps on this one, it's about close to 60. And this is with the, auto fan, right? So that's at 59%. If I change it to user, oops. If I turn off the auto fan, I bump it up all the way to 100. Okay, kind of like how I had that hybrid earlier. You can hear it spin up. Okay, that aired out for me. But let's bring up GPU-Z again. All right, so we'll load this back up. So while that's running, I'm gonna check the noise again. Yep, it's quieter than the 100% that I would run that hybrid at. So with this 100% fan, I've tried to get the most. I've actually stuck this card by the window with winter air to try to keep it as cool as possible to get as high of a clock as I could. And I can tell you that, even in this current condition, running that fan 100%, this GPU will not go past 60 C. Okay, and I pretty much running 100% fan on this hybrid right here would land me the same temperatures. and so this is quieter and 100% fan. So yeah, that says two things. One, the For the Win 3 cooler is really damn good now, and two, that it probably would have been a better bet to have a 360, as I was saying earlier. Now, with that said, both of these cards, they're the same price. 2100, I'm sorry, 2200 for the For the Win 3. If you can get the black because it's the exact same card, and it's $2,000. For the Strix, it's 2200. I would say I'm personally not a fan of these hybrid cards when there's good air cooler options. I don't think this whole scenario here with the clear RGB fans was the best choice. I think they should have gone with the black. It matches the card better. And yeah, I mean, the card itself, it's a nice looking card. I definitely give you that. But it's also got a lot of wires to manage. So if you have the ability to buy and try the Tough, I would try the Tough, see how that cooler is, and then get the Strix if the Tough doesn't cool so well, or you know, personally, you know, I'm not a huge fan of these hybrid cards unless they bring a benefit. And in this case, you have an variant. I think the Supreme cooler is pretty good too, from what I heard. It's fairly equivalent to the For the Win 3 one here. So no real gains on the hybrid. But with that said, of course, silicone lottery is everything. Oh, did this crash? Oh, well, anyway. But let's see how it got. Yeah, see? CPU, let's see, GPU temperature, maximum was 55.7 C. And it crashed, but that's to be expected. I was trying to push it some more when I shouldn't have. But yeah, so with that said, thanks for watching and take care.